Live on Instagram. What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up?
Hello, everyone.
What's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, man.
Is it?
Week
Yeah, it
is
is.
flying by.
It is Tuesday.
I feel like we haven't been on live in a little minute.
We have not been on Instagram Live since minimum 2 months. I have not. I think you jumped on a few times, but I haven't been on there in a long, long time. So, hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. We're going to be speaking directly to YouTube, Instagram. So, I know you're probably going to be asking questions, but you should jump on YouTube. The link is in the stories. Yeah, that's what we're going to be addressing. But hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great week. We have an exciting conversation today. Before we jump into that, what do we want to discuss?
So if you're joining on YouTube, let us know if y'all can hear us. Drop a yes in the chat if y'all can hear us. On Instagram, same thing.
Right.
You on Instagram, you need to be on YouTube. I'm gonna tell y'all link in bio to join. Link in bio to
YouTube. I know a few of you guys are watching, but I'm waiting to see if you guys can actually hear us and see us and everything's good. Somebody can write in the comments. Yes. Okay, we got a yes.
That's perfect.
We got a yes for YouTube and for IG. So, thank you, Siobhan and Life of Acerta.
That was a good try.
I think that's what it is. Either way.
So updates on our business. So you guys do know, or maybe you don't know. We actually
no idea when you joined. So.
It depends on where you're joining from. So if you guys didn't know, this past weekend we did our first in-person event. Oh, what's up?
Let's introduce ourselves. That's important. So my name is Janoka.
I'm Anthony.
And we are the Heart Dogs living down here in Dallas, Texas. We own a cleaning business where we don't clean any homes, and we teach people how to do the same. We started teaching people in July of 2020, and that brings him to where he was going about this past weekend with one of our students.
So the question we get all the time is like, why did we start teaching this information? We're 7 years in. We're 6 years in. 6 years in.
November will be 6 years. Yeah.
And we were about 3 years in. And right before the pandemic hit, we started doing Instagram lives and YouTube lives, a little bit like this. And we were sharing our debt-free journey. So we paid off $114,000 of debt in 23 months. And we did that by side hustling. Funny enough, some people don't even know that story. And some people don't even know the cleaning business story. So it's important to let people know where you were and where you're going. So we were sharing our debt freedom story, and we were on Good Morning America, Dave Ramsey, like anywhere that you could even think about, publications. And like a little bit during those publications, you used to hear us talk about like the cleaning business, like a very small part of it. And that was a part where we recognized people would tell you what they want from you and what they don't want from you. So during that time, we started recognizing that we would talk about it a little bit, and people were like, yo, we need to know more. Like, what is this cleaning business thing? So we were about 3 years in, and we started talking about it more often. And during that time, we started helping people by creating a program, which is now known as Cleaning Business University. And this university is pretty much a step-by-step curriculum that helps you start, scale, and grow your cleaning business. And the goal is not to have you clean any houses unless you want to. Now, some students go on and decide, hey, it's a lot easier for me to clean houses to get started. And some people just like, I don't want to clean houses. I want to focus on the management of the business. So during that time, a couple years ago, we had our university was a lot differently structured back then. And one of our earlier students just hit $1 million in the cleaning business. So we flew him out. We had a whole weekend event. So that will be posted in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. But we also have Cleaning Business University community. And today we are highlighting two of our superstar students. Now, we don't throw that term around loosely. We got a few students who are just like, all right, I'm out here. I'm going to take the information. I'm going to run with it. And I'm going to come back and let you know what happened. But then you get people who are like, I have the information, but I want to continue to share and grow as I learn. And these students right here, they're in the community, they're active, and they're not only telling you, they're not only just doing it and implementing, they're also sharing what they're doing along the way. So without no further ado, you want to bring them in?
Yeah, but before we go, actually, I need to remind people that if you are on here watching, make sure you're subscribing to our channel as well on YouTube, because we post A lot of people say, where can I get free information from? Our YouTube is full of free information because all of
we're
our
not charging.
exactly that's true too. All of our podcasts on here. We used to always do lives, but now we do a lot of YouTube lives, and our podcasts are posted here. So please be sure to subscribe as well. So yes, we can bring them in now.
And also, please, as you guys are joining, please like the video, give it a thumbs up. As annoying as it may seem, YouTube likes this type of stuff. So we're new to the platform. Even though we've been on here since 2017, we don't really use it as much as we should. So without further ado, we will bring in the superstars of the hour.
Jasmine and Quay.
What's going on, guys? We're going to take you off of mute. There you go.
Hey, everyone.
You guys can see and hear them. Just let us know in the comments, but I think you're good to go.
Right, sounds good.
We could see and hear you perfectly. Number one, we want to thank you so much for giving not only, us an hour of your time, but also letting people tune into your story and not being shy about sharing it. I know a lot of times people hear numbers and business and they're like, I don't want to share that stuff. So I appreciate you guys being transparent. And it not only helps us learn more about you, it also lets other people know what's possible. So thank you guys for sharing your time with us.
Absolutely. So jumping right in, I guess, if you can just tell us a little about yourself. Is the business, are you doing it full time? Do you also have a 9-to-5? Where are you guys located?
Okay, yeah. So my name is Jasmine. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm a full-time physician assistant. Right now, I've transitioned from working in a hospital to doing telehealth and psychiatry. So I make my own hours. But, yeah, that's what I do full time.
My name is Quay. I'm a special education teacher. I'm also a basketball coach. I'm from Long Island, New York as well. We currently reside out here in Vegas. So I teach out here in Vegas. I'm special education, a math resource teacher, and I coach out here in Vegas as well.
Cool. I don't think I knew you guys were from
New York. I know. I was asking what made you move to Vegas from Long Island.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah, to make it short and sweet, we were looking to buy a home in 2020, 2021, and that's when the market was just insane, and we were so discouraged, from our income and all the sacrifice we made in saving money. We were like, there's no way we're gonna live in New York. So we transitioned and we started to look in Maryland, and in December of 2021, we were looking at houses in Maryland, and we were actually going to move down there. In January of 2022, my grandmother passed away, and thank you. And she left me her home. So I looked at him. I was like, well, I guess we're moving to Vegas. Like, have come with a PowerPoint presentation because we had everything set. Like, we thought we had our life planned. We're moving to Maryland, and then we ended up in Vegas.
Oh, wow. So you guys moved to Vegas, you said January 2021?
Well, we moved in July.
So almost 2 years.
July of last year, 2022.
Oh, not even a year yet.
So, Quay, my question for you is, she comes with this plan, like, what do you think about it? What's your thoughts?
I think we need to talk offline so we can have honestly, looking at the prices in New York at the time, it wasn't going to be New York at the time. Like the asking price, the bidding wars, and then the taxes, and then Maryland. I mean, it was a little better, but this looked like the best card in our hand at the time. So it just made the most sense at the time. And we had no real ties. I mean, we of course family and things like that, but we're young. We didn't have kids yet, so it was like, why not? We got blessed with this opportunity, so it was kind of like, why not? But the only downfall, we were moving in the middle of the summer, and seeing that weather and seeing triple digits, it's just it's not exactly too enticing. But like I said, it just looked like the best overall play for us, for the both of us.
Shout outs to grandma, because that's
not shout outs to grandma.
Well,
we mean putting it in place.
Yes, we're creating. This is how we talk about generational wealth and what does it look like all the time. Like, she literally left you guys a house.
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot.
I don't know about Janoka, but my grandparents didn't leave me a damn thing at all. So I'm happy that she was able to do that for you guys.
For sure. It's a blessing. And it's just crazy how it happened, because at first she kept asking me, do you want the house? I was like, Grandma, no, it's okay. We're moving to Maryland. And then last minute, and changed my mind. And she always wanted me to move to Vegas since forever. And she got us out here. And it really is a blessing. And now I'm becoming more of an advocate for, families who have homes, who have assets, have a trust, because if you have children, or even if you have a cousin or somebody and you don't want it to go to probate or lose the house, like, it really is a blessing to those who you leave behind.
That's amazing. Because so what was she out in Vegas? Is your family from Vegas? They're from Long Island. What brought her to Vegas, I guess?
Retirement.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
You got retired. When you retire, you got options. So that's simply amazing.
Exactly.
So you guys move out to Vegas. You got a brand new life now. What's happening in Vegas during this time?
Just strategic, being strategic right now. The first thing we said initially is we're moving out there. We have no distractions. So anything that is a negative reflection is self-inflicted. We can fill up our schedule with nothing but positive things. We gotta try new things, new adventures, and then that's how we stumbled upon you guys. I'll let her tell the story. She says, she explains it a little better, but we were trying to find, just different streams of passive income. We didn't want to, being a teacher, I see how I could extend myself so much working in the summer, coaching, doing things like that. But at the end of the day, I could only do so much. So we were trying to find something where we could remove ourselves from the business and still make forms of passive income. And that's how we stumbled upon you guys, from actually David Shands.
Okay.
Oh, Social Proof.
The Proof podcast. So we're actually a part of the morning meetup as well. So we've listened to you guys, you guys speaking as well on a morning meetup. But initially, we had planned to start a home healthcare agency. We had a consulting company. In January, we were literally like, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna market, or we're gonna book a consultant agency." He was gonna, network with the parents at his school and teachers and students, and I was gonna get a job at the hospital and rub shoulders with the social workers so I can get, patients on the discharge list. So, what happened? So I so happened to find you guys' interview on Social Proof podcast, and I saw it before, but I was kind of like, I'm a cleaning business. I'm like, they're really dedicated. I'm like, I'm not cleaning houses. But then finally I watched it, and 30 minutes in, I was like, oh shoot. I texted him and I was like, Quay, we have to watch this interview. And we watched it, and
that was it from there. We've been watching so many different interviews, just trying to find that niche, just trying to look for something where you can find those passive streams of income. That's how we stumbled upon home healthcare. It looked lucrative. We were gonna really dive in, but what made us hesitant, we didn't know if Vegas was going to be a long-term play, and we didn't want to get that invested with something, of that magnitude. So we kind of did it, but I remember she texted me after practice. I came home, we watched the video, 30 minutes in, we got a little thing where we double tap each other twice. We just double tap twice. And
that was January of this year or last year?
This year.
Yeah, because we did that interview January of last year. It didn't come out.
So I'm curious. Jasmine, how many of those interviews have you sent him and said, we got to watch this?
A lot.
I'm sure we wasn't the first one, and we won't be the last, but okay, so there's a few of them.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous because like you said, we had a plan, and then when I saw this, it just made you guys interview. It just made more sense because with the consultant agency for the we would have to pay them at least $15,000 to do the paperwork, and then it would take 8 to 12 months to be approved from the state of Nevada to start the company. So when we saw you guys interview, it was like it's the same model, so why not do this, and we can put our own money and start immediately.
So you got the course in January as well. You watched the tape, then you got the course in January as well?
Yeah.
And then did you jump into the community right away after that, or waited a little bit?
So she jumped in dove in head first. I was a little hesitant initially because I said, do you want to wait a little bit so that way I can be there with you full time, working at the time and then coaching also. The season was over, I think, in like mid-February. So I felt bad not being able to be as vested as she is. She works from home, so she had the upper hand. But she said, listen, let's just do it. We watching it again. The more we watched it, it was just like, listen, why hesitate? The risk versus the reward. It was like, it was low overhead. It was just so many things. It checked off so many boxes, and so many signs pointing in that direction. So we just dove for it. And she finished the course, I think, in a couple days. And it took me about like a week and a few days. And then from there, we both just hit the ground running.
So I know, Quay, you said that you were a little hesitant on starting this. What was the biggest hesitancy when you kind of maybe when did the hesitancy kick in, and when were you like, all right, we're gonna dive into this thing?
I was just looking at the negatives, unfortunately, first, just thinking like, we're not from Vegas. So the first thing we got a great support system. I'm sure my family is in the live now, but we don't have the power of that. The word of mouth from friend to friend. We're in a whole new side of the country. We didn't have that benefit. So I was like, we're going to rely solely on the leads and advertisement. And I didn't have too much experience with this. So I was thinking like, the bulk of the business would have came from word of mouth, being able to network with teachers, being able to use that to my advantage. I'm at a school now, but I'm the New York guy. So I'm kind of, it's kind of invested yet. So, I kind of stay to myself. But, I told her we didn't have that upper hand. So I was just focusing on that and a few other things. And then, like I said, me not being able to be there full time with her, as opposed to like, summer. If we would have started in the summer, which I'm so glad we did. And I'm glad she talked me off the ledge. Just being able to, just being hesitant, focusing on the negatives instead of the positives, honestly.
And is this your guys' first business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Same for us. It was our first business as well.
Yeah.
But then it grows from there.
Yeah, so I have experience with Amazing Natural Hair. That's my business I've had since 2013, and I actually sell bonnets now. And I say that to say this: the reason I was like, let me just start, because with the LLC, the EIN, the website, all the technical stuff, I was like, I can do that. So I can do 1, 2, 3, do it, get it done, and then the time will come when he needs to, answer phone calls, whatever the case may be. So I was like, it just made sense.
And I love that, because we say the people who do the best in this, they dive in, both feet in. They're like, all right, we're going to figure it out as we go along. So I love the fact that you guys didn't wait. You guys dove in immediately and say, we're going to take this, to where you took it today. Because we get emails all the time. Like, I'm trying to log in. It's been like 2 years. It's like, where were you? So I love the fact that you guys both dove in and started attacking this. So, okay.
No, I was going to say, I know that you said it took you a few days to get through the course and him about a week. But then after that, when you dove in, how much time were you putting in daily to getting the business up and running?
For me, I was just motivated, just coming home, after my days are a lot longer. So after practice and things, after a game, seeing her work on it, I would just come home and just dive in, invest my time into it. I was going to the gym in the morning just to kind of alleviate and open up my schedule after work. And we would just come in and working on it, just studying, just watching different YouTube videos, just trying to be as diverse as possible. And I'll say maybe 2 to 3 hours maybe.
Not even. I don't even think it was long. I mean, we've had so much going on between the months as before launching as well. We had family visiting for 3 weeks in January, and then we got married in March. So we were planning.
Congratulations!
We're our 2-month anniversary now. So
oh, nice.
We planned the wedding. We had family in and out, so there was so many things that were going on between traveling back and forth to New York. We just found time. It's just so doable because you can do it whenever, wherever. Like now we're at a point where we get calls and we just go on our cell phone. We don't even open our laptop sometimes. We're just like, hello, call. It's just that simple. You can do it wherever. Yeah.
So from January to launching was how long? I know you had a lot happening. So
mid-March?
Yeah, February we did a lot of the interviewing and research, and then beginning of March we launched our website and we did our marketing, and then March 17th we got our first 2 bookings on the same day, March 17th.
Oh yeah, what are we? May we're 2 months in already. Congratulations on that. And where did you get those first bookings?
Yelp and Thumbtack.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know a lot of people are asking, where are they marketing for those that are joining? And maybe you're joining, you don't know, but they were able to hit 5,000 in sales in 30 days. So 20 bookings in 30 days, people.
I want you guys to actually recap that first month. So
yeah,
we had it in the storyline, the headline. So like, what does that first month look like? How many clients? What was your total revenue? Kind of give us that rundown for that first month.
So for April, we really don't count March because March was it was the mid-March, it was March 17th. So April, that was our first full month. We had our 20 bookings. We were $50 short of $5,000. So we had 20 bookings, and most of our bookings we got from Google local services. I would say 95% Google local services. We were on Thumbtack, but the charges that they were charging us per lead was just insane. The bigger the house, the more you spend.
Yeah.
So if it was like, a 4,000 square foot house, they would charge us $60, So it was just, and there's no guarantee that the lead will go through, that they'll book. So we kind of pivoted. We went on Yelp, which I know you guys advised us not to, but we did. And we didn't have reviews. That's why we didn't have 5 reviews, and we did it anyway. But we got our first client from there, but we got off of there because our reviews weren't sticking. And then when Google Local Services approved us, we saw how valuable it was with just putting like $100 a week, and the leads were motivated to book. So the more leads we got, the more money we just kept investing,
putting in.
Service. Yep.
So if you guys don't have any, I guess, traditional business experience, so how did you know that? Because this is a marketing business. At the end of the day, all businesses are marketing. The most important function of a business is to market. So it took us a while to learn that the most important part of a business is to market it. So how did you guys understand? All right, we're going to market on Thumbtack, we're going to market on Yelp, but we see what's working with Google. Now I'm going to trust it to bring me more money. So where did that come from?
Kind of just to piggyback off what I was saying earlier, we didn't have the benefit of knowing too many people, so we knew we were going to have to rely on the marketing heavily. So we put up an even amount of money and just divided it amongst the advertising sites, and we just wanted to see which one provided the most leads for us. And then we just realized quickly that Google Local Services was bringing in the most motivated clients. Even if they didn't book with us, they were motivated. We still reached out to them, kept in contact if things didn't go well for whatever company they did book with. But it just that was the best one. So we just started riding with that, and the more money we put in, we saw it coming back towards us. So we just kind of kept going with that.
Money into it, yeah.
Literally.
You guys make it sound so simple.
And I was gonna ask. The questions that I ask is mostly what I know that people are thinking that we've talked through, and they're like, well, what about this? Because like you said, Quay, people always think the negative. Well, what about this and what about that? So did you ever have to clean any homes yourselves, or how did you handle that?
No. We actually have a cleaner for our own home. So it was like, oh yeah, we're definitely going to make sure we have our contractors, our cleaners set before we launch our business. So no, we haven't cleaned any homes.
Yeah, that was
okay. You're like, it's not for me. I get it.
So we could actually pivot to that point too. So how'd you find reliable people? How were you marketing? How'd you find your first contractor or employee, however you guys are running your business?
We got lucky.
Yeah,
I want to say we got lucky. We marketed. We put advertising everywhere. So we tried ZipRecruiter. We have a cleaner from there. We went on Craigslist, and we find that on Craigslist, the cleaner that we have, she's amazing. Like we can call her, hey, can you come? Can you do a service later on today? She's like, it's open availability. She came with insurance. And then we had our other cleaner. He I believe he found us on Facebook. So about twice a week. Like we're pretty consistent with posting on Facebook pages twice a week to hire. Right now we have a solid 3.
Okay.
2.5.
3.
I know what you mean by that 2.5.
We were going through those numbers today.
Yeah.
We were like, well, she cleans once a week, so they can't.
Well, down count. What's she doing?
No, so right now you're finding people by posting consistently in Facebook groups for the most part.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Like those free websites, Nextdoor, Facebook, get in those groups. Like now on Facebook, when we open up Facebook, the first things we see on the page is people looking for cleaning companies, because that's the only reason why we use Facebook now, is to go into groups and market it like, hey, we're available there tomorrow, and just being active and proactive, going to DMs, the people who are looking for cleaners, the cleaners who are in the comments, ask them if they need more work. It's just staying active in marketing.
And how much does that cost you?
Free.
$3.99.
I just want you to say it.
He knew the answer.
I just wanted you to say it. So that's amazing that you guys are using your resources to save money, but it's also allowing you to get to where you need to be right now in terms of cleaners. So you said you found your first couple cleaners from Facebook, and you said you found your first client from Thumbtack. So right now you're mainly marketing on Google for clients, and for Facebook. Cleaners, are you doing Facebook?
So
Yeah.
most of it, Google local services, I'll say about 95%, and then like the other 5, very small percentage, but 5% on like Facebook, and Nextdoor.
And the amount you said you started out with just doing $100 a week on Google. Are you still at that point now, or are you increasing it as you continue to grow?
Yeah, we're doing 500 a week now.
Okay.
That's a big jump in month 2.
Well, we went from in March we had 2 bookings, and then in April we had 20. So it was a trial basis. We said, well, why not? Let's just see how it works. And now for the month of May, we got 53 bookings thus far. So
wow. What are we? Oh, we're in May. It's not over yet. That's amazing. So the thing about it is, because 500. Let's be clear. $500 a week is like $2,000 a month, right? And 53 bookings. I don't know. Let's go with 30,000. I'm just saying a number. I have no idea right now. But so a lot of people aren't willing to do that though. That's the thing. Like a lot of people hear 500 a week and they're like, oh, they're scared of that. So what made you just jump into that?
Because at this point, like the first month was more so us budgeting our money to put to Google. That's why we started with the $100, $200 a week. Once we realized the clients were motivated and they were booking, the first month of April, we were profitable. So we put that money back into the business. So we're not, at this point, I don't think we're not taking any money out for ourselves. We're putting everything back into the business. So most of the stuff, we're not even paying for marketing at this point.
I can't say nothing again? Okay, you go ahead then.
I have to go back. So go ahead.
Okay, you can go back. What I want to say I think is important. We speak on the fact that we didn't take out money for 2 years. Now, I don't say to take that long. But I think you move different where you're not only depending on your business and you have other things happening, and it's not like, if this business doesn't work, I can't live. I think you're able to move different and, like you said, invest back into it so that at some point you will be taking money out. But for now, you're waiting for your business to grow. I find that some of our students are people just like, well, I didn't make a profit, so it doesn't make sense. Or, I need to take money out right away. And I'm like, you think some of these businesses started that way? Some businesses years. That's amazing. I just wanted to point that out. That's amazing. Kudos to you guys. You got your mouth? You ready to talk now?
All right. So
Okay.
we're not going to just brush past that. So you're in month number 2. Your full month in business. We're not even done with month number 2. So
no, we're not.
Whenever this releases or the people watch it, you're almost done with your second month. And you've done 53 cleanings or 53 cleanings scheduled.
Yes.
For the month of May.
Yep.
Yeah.
As of right now, we got another week left.
See.
All right. And what's your total revenue right now for May?
For May, what was it? I think we're at 9,000.
Okay.
For May, but total revenue so far we're up to about 15,000.
So you're up to 15,000 in month 2 of your business, and congratulations to you guys. I don't think it took us 5 months, maybe 6 months to get it. I don't know what the number is. We show what the number was, but congratulations to you guys. And now, I know you mentioned you're doing more on Google right now, but what really changed for you guys from month 2? Where you're like, all right, this is starting to work. Let's dive into it. Because there has to be a shift somewhere. You don't go from 100 to 500 in a week.
Well, it was gradual. Like 100 a week, then 200 a week, and then before, like the leads were coming in, but it was like, why not? And you know how like Google, they have an estimate, so they'll say like 11 bookings to 20 bookings a week.
Yeah.
So let's get over that threshold. Whatever the next threshold is, was getting to that threshold where we get more leads a week, and we just they call, they're inquiring. So it's like, why not put the money back in? So as long as that the numbers made sense, like we have a spreadsheet of what we're bringing in and what's going out, as long as it makes sense and we're not severely in the negatives, it's like, why not? It
was a lot of trial and error too, because initially I felt like we were chasing the clients. We were even like door knocking. We had door hangers and things like that. And about 30
cards in the cars.
30 minutes in, tagging cars and things. I say maybe about like an hour and a half. She was like, "Yeah, this is not it." Like,
so wait, how long were you guys doing that type of stuff for?
2 days.
Okay, there we go. Just wanted to make sure.
get out there, you're like, wow, it's a lot of houses you got to tag. So
we just had to find an easier way, and then it just shifted where when we invested more, they were kind of chasing us. We weren't really having to chase the clients; they were just coming to us. So then the ball kind of just shifted into our court, and we were just in charge of closing the deal at that point. So we just had to kind of rehearse and go over things on our behalf just to ensure that we close out the deal and we're meeting the client's needs. So when that shift kind of happened, we just kept moving that meter up more and more, just trying to see what happened. Especially while we were blessed with the cleaners to capitalize and be able to handle the business. So
right, and so right now you're taking the calls now, Jasmine.
So during the day, well, this is actually his last day at work, so he's summer. So during the day when I'm home, I'm seeing patients, and then I'm answering the phone calls between them. If he was on break, he would answer. When we're home, it's either whoever's available. We'll just but it doesn't. I guess it depends really on the client. How motivated they are, or how many questions they ask. Depends how long the call will last to secure a book.
So how do you guys manage that between both of you having full-time? How do you guys managing the business between both of you having full-time jobs?
I mean, hey, it's just trying to grow some extra arms, honestly. Like students, and I'm like, all right, we finished the main lesson, go into group works, and then I go and follow up on the lead, and then like, Mr. McCaskey, you on your phone? I'm like, hey, listen, do your work. Trying to get it done any way possible, honestly.
Yeah.
Just literally, if she's available, she works from home, so she's able to follow up via text. We try and just limit our response time to even if we can't get the call right then and there, just try and follow up as soon as possible. Just putting all hands in, honestly, just trying to make it work.
Yeah, and also like with leads, following up with them the day after, or if they say, "Oh, I'll call you back and call another company," just follow up with them, offer them a discount. I think for us, our soft spot is like senior citizens, because there's a lot of senior developments out here, and they'll call.
They'll keep you on the phone.
That's 20 minutes minimum.
Yes.
They'll keep you on the phone for half an hour.
Patient is waiting for me, but no, we have a soft spot for them. So I lost my thought. I was laughing. So they'll mention like they have a pension, they have a budget, and we're like, okay, we'll take care of you, and just make sure that's the only client that we really budge for is senior citizens as far as discounting. For sure.
And so is speaking about that, is your pricing similar to what you've seen when you did your research in your area? Are you higher, are you lower right now, or
lower?
You're lower.
We're lower.
Significantly, or?
It depends. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah, not significantly. The most that I've seen, what is it, like a $40?
Yeah, I would say $20 to $40 down.
Yeah. We try to be as close to underneath the average, just when we were comparing comps. So we tried our best, and we went underneath for the time being, especially for the initial, not really being vetted in the community, just trying to get out there at least. But I'd say we're pretty average now.
Speaking of like numbers, because that was one thing, like we got caught up, like our spreadsheet in the beginning was insane with competitor research. But it's like no matter how low the price is, people are always going to want to negotiate the price. So
of course,
right? Just put the price. Yeah, it's just like, we kind of have to tell ourselves like this is not our target audience, or just the highs and lows of. Like last week we secured 4 bookings in one day, and then Sunday we lost a reoccurring client, and we had 5 leads that we didn't secure. So it's like a high and low, but it's like today we got 2 bookings. So it's like, he always says to me, like, don't get too high off the highs and don't get too low off the lows. Just stay neutral. Whatever you do, just keep grinding. Don't get too down or too excited. But it's just it's fun though.
I think
it's hard though.
I was about to say, I think that's great advice, because I know when we were picking up the calls and stuff like that, which we did for longer than we should have probably. It can, when you get those bad days, or if you experience, I don't know, have you experienced a bad review yet or unsatisfied client yet?
Not online.
Not online.
Yeah, not online.
Well, not online, but somebody like not being happy with the work or pricing or stuff. Yeah.
So actually Sunday, I'm keeping names out of it, of course, but
we
lost a recurring client, and we figured out they weren't satisfied, but the pictures that our cleaner posted, I was like, the cleaning looks pretty good, but they were kind of nitpicking and different things like that. So we them just to touch base. We told them how much we appreciate the feedback. They wanted to cancel the reoccurring service. So we knew it was something, but they just really weren't telling us what it was. But being appreciative of it. Then she told us right before we got off the phone, she's like, listen, in full transparency, from one business owner to another, the cleaners, they made kind of remarks about the home, the status of the bathroom and things of that nature. And it kind of, the father or the male in the home heard it. And it kind of just made them feel very uncomfortable that people were talking about their home. And this is, our cleaner, this is the first job we gave her too. So we were kind of kicking ourselves in the butt because we trusted her with a reoccurring client. So that was something that we had to take on the chin. Like we shouldn't have done it. We were stretched pretty thin. So we just kind of wanted to get through. But, it was something that, we were both kind of down about it. But I told her, listen, it's just, you got to, like I said, you got to take the highs with the highs and the lows with the lows. And just keep, brick after brick. Just keep stacking and keep going. Tomorrow's a new day. We're going to find a new one. And I think the next day, she actually secured a reoccurring client. And it was
there we go.
It's just made up for it,
there you go. Well, that's important to keep in front of mind because there are some times that it just feels like it takes you out because it's your business, right? So it feels different. Yeah.
How'd you handle it with the cleaner?
So I think she kind of pretty much ghosted us at this point. We were trying to be in contact with her first before we didn't tell her yet about the negative comments because I wanted to hear from her mouth, like, what happened to tell her, but she hasn't answered our call yet. So, we pretty much in the beginning, we got lucky with 2 cleaners because we've heard you guys advice like, do a test cleaning, do all these things. We bypassed it, all of that. We didn't do a test cleaning. We just put the 2 cleaners because we were so motivated to get them out there. 3 cleaners actually. So we didn't do a test clean. So, now with hiring our last 2 cleaners, they ghosted us after the first cleaning. So now we're like, let's stick to the script. We have 3 cleaners. Let's hire slow. And do a test clean, do all those things. So that's that's pretty much how it went.
Our first 3 cleaners, we got literally blessed because they had experience with our competitors, and then when we followed up with them, I think in the beginning we were getting like 4 client references each, and we followed up with them each, and they had amazing reviews. So we just kind of went out there, and we just kind of, like I said initially, we just wanted to get ourselves out there, but. Now, we got burned by one. We had a cleaner just show up because it's not all, roses. We had one cleaner show up to our house and they just literally called us, was complaining about the status of the home. We vetted them, told them about the condition and everything. They were aware through Launch 27, but they got to the home and it's just very unprofessional. I heard her partner just making comments and things and they ended up just leaving the home. Thank goodness we were able to maneuver and push the time back and get one of our experienced cleaners out there and shift our schedule around. But it happens. Like you just got to kind of roll with the punches. And to hear you guys listen. You guys are amazing. You warn us about it, but until you go through it, it's just
until you feel it. It's like parents with their kids.
We have our first daughter, and we're learning about. You could tell them everything that you went through, but at the end they're going to try to touch the stove. So
they're going to do what they
got to burn their own hands. I know we got our parents, we got our mom who told us not to do something, and we still do it. We try it.
He's like, she got to fall off the couch. I'm like, no, she don't.
I can't wait till she falls off the couch. She falls off the couch, she might not fall again off. So
maybe, but yeah. And also I think it's your business, so you just go through it and see what works for you and what doesn't. So
I'm happy you guys experienced that and you were like
at the beginning.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna try this out. They said this, but let's just get the business going because you never know where you will be. You might still be looking for that perfect cleaner, and there's not gonna be a perfect person out there for you. So I'm happy you guys went out there and tried it.
Yeah, for sure. From our 5 cleaners that we've hired, the 2 that are like the best, like really, really good, are the ones who are really out there. This is what they do full time. They came with the ones who are kind of like, I clean on the side here and there, or kind of like, now we know like what we're looking for. Interview people, and even before, because interviewing is a process as well. It's at least 30 minutes per interview. So now it's like we do more screening questions before we even get to a phone interview.
Right. And with the cleaners, was that the biggest challenge that you say you faced with the business, or has there been something else?
I would say now it was kind of like fool's gold in a sense because it started off we were anticipating that would be the biggest issue, but we got, like I said, our first 3 cleaners were pretty great. So now lately we've been running into a lot of issues with cleaners. So what we're anticipating, but that wasn't the main issue. I would say just advertising, getting out there, just getting comfortable with the business, understanding, getting acclimated with the business in its entirety. That would probably be the most difficult, I would say, in my opinion. What would you say?
I feel like things have been going according to plan. Like there hasn't been really anything bad that we couldn't correct, except for what happened on Sunday with the cleaner leaving negative remarks. We lost a recurring client. I feel like that was the worst thing. I feel like now we're gonna start going through what you guys been telling us about, like finding cleaners. The main thing is finding cleaners. Once you find a client, they're fine. As long as the client's happy, the cleaner's happy, everything's fine. So when I say that to say this, for June, we were looking for our reoccurring. If nobody cancels, reschedules, we have 37 bookings for June already. So
my God.
I see you
That's
guys.
Amazing.
The power of reoccurring clients is just beautiful.
And are you doing anything, I guess, special or different than I guess what was discussed for reoccurring clients?
To be honest, no. You guys are we're literally following the blueprint. Like you guys literally gave us the success criteria, the criteria for success, and we're just following it. You guys we covered or highlighted things to avoid, and in order to be successful, we're just literally just following that. Honestly, I don't want to make it seem like we're trying to sell it or anything, but it's literally the blueprint, and we're just following the steps.
Yeah,
and I want to. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna mention the only way to really get better with customer service is just starting and going. I mean, we have background. I'm a teacher. I'm a physician assistant, so we have experience with talking to families and kids and patients. So talking about cleaning a home was kind of like there's no stress behind it. It's just more comfortable with the flow and how we speak to them.
Exactly.
Now, and I was going to ask you about that. So in terms of picking up the phones, I know right now you guys are you're probably at that stage where you're losing leads because of the unavailability for you guys. So I guess when you guys first started picking up phones, I don't know if you guys have any sales background, but how are you in selling your services, and how do you feel like you're doing today with that?
Doing well. I mean, I've been from New York. You can relate. I done worked. Honestly, I had so many different jobs in sales, different things, selling sneakers. Experience in the same field. So I mean, that was it was. I guess an obstacle initially, but you get better literally. One thing we do well, we kind of provide positive criticism for each other. So if she hears me with this, she'll be like, "Oh, you missed this, but you did a great job. You could have did this, you could have did that," and vice versa. I feel like just having each other here to piggyback off of each other and just kind of create. We kind of create a little checklist, like things we want to cover, to go over, just to kind of sell the clients. And I like I told her, I deal with parents that are in the school system. And that's and somebody looking for a cleaning or a deep cleaning. So it's not too much.
Yeah. Changed it. Oh, sorry. He was doing something with the camera. My bad.
And I was just saying, as far as the more calls we take, the more we realize what brought the client away from booking. Was it they didn't like the way we mentioned, oh, we're gonna add on, it's gonna be extra if you have a pet. No, ask them if they have pet first, or ask them all the questions first before you give them a number, and then give them a cheap price, and you go back, oh, your house is dusty. Now we're gonna charge you for that. It's just little things that we come up with, the whole thing that we kind of go down a list and we say to our clients when we're booking.
And being so strict in that, I feel like that's going to be the hardest transition for us, because we kind of took it so personal and put in so much time with it, where we really feel like we're getting great at it, getting better and better each day. So then when we transition and kind of put somebody in that position, it's going to be tough to kind of remove our hands from it and trust that they're going to take it as as personal as we do. So I know that's one thing we mentioned. We wanted to pick your brains and figure out, when did you guys transition and how was that transition process for you guys? I know I don't think we're there. While I don't think we're there yet, I just like to at least keep an eye out for things to come in the near future.
I think that it depends on really where you are. For us, we didn't transition out to a VA. At one point, we had a VA that just took calls only. They didn't even take leads. They just took calls, because we were both working full time, and we started to losing calls, losing money. Is how we saw it, essentially. So we're like, we need somebody to just pick up the phones. And then it became more of leads and taking on more, until it became an operations manager and stuff like that. And like I said, we probably should have handed it off earlier than we did. We didn't get a full-time operations in place until we had our baby last year, February 28th. And so that was 4 years into the business. I don't suggest that, though, especially at the pace that you guys are going, right? The pace that you're going, And then I know a lot of times for us when we were going places, we're out, we don't want to be answering the phone, but then we're missing out on money. And so all those things kind of played into it as well. I think you will get to a point that you're like, okay, we need to get somebody else in place.
I'll give you the exact month and the revenue number. So we were at month 6 and we hit 6,300 in our business. Month 6.
No, it wasn't month 6.
That's month. I'm looking at my numbers right here.
No, because we started in November, so that's
1,
August.
2, 3,
That's month
4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay.
Month 6, we hit 9,300 in our business, and that's when we hired. Someone to just pick up the phones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were down the line, but it was more about like the revenue. The amount of time doesn't matter. It's about the revenue and the clients and the leads that are coming in. So when you start to recognize that you're losing money, you'll know when you're losing money because you reach out to clients and they're like, hey, I booked somebody already. That's $250 you just lost. Hey, now you times that by 3, 4, 5 times a month, you're over $1,000 right there that you just lost out on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we calculated when we said we're going to hire someone to come start taking our phone calls. And then like Janoka said, we kind of moved on to a few other things. But I think you guys are on that good path where, all right, you're at that point where you should probably think about hiring someone soon, internal or external. But you guys are doing fine. When you get to the point where you start losing out on money, then you could bring someone in, I would say.
Got it.
Yeah, and I think right now we're blessed with time. Like I said, he's off for the summer. I make my own schedule. So right now, like answering calls, like we'll be watching a movie or we'll be at a restaurant, order the food, I'll go to the car and take the call, that type of thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's really nice. I mean, you can definitely, for people who are listening, you can do it by yourself. That's no problem. You can go at your own speed. You don't have to have 20 bookings in 1 month, but it's how hard you want to go. But if you do have a partner, it is easier, because we're sharing the workload. So, but yeah.
Right.
So where are you guys? So we're at technically month 2, month 3. Where you guys see this business going at this point? Because I know at first you were trying to do it on the side on the 9 to 5 and see how it goes, but it seems like you guys are into this now. So where do you guys see this business going?
By the end of the summer, we're gonna be in a different. What are we doing?
Hopefully coming out to Dallas soon. Let's
do it.
But go ahead. You want to go?
I honestly haven't even thought that far because this is so like the fact that you guys are interviewing us is so surreal because we're like, we just started. We just started. Like, how are we here so quickly? Like, we remember our first booking that we had and we were just so thrilled because all we needed was one. We just needed one client to just believe in us. And then after that, we can double it. So my goal now is just to keep doubling what we did the previous month. So last month we had 20 bookings. This month we have 53, and hopefully next month we'll have close to 100.
And piggyback off what you said, literally the same. I would say 6 figures is my goal passive. I want to touch that passively on an annual basis. That's literally the goal that I told her that I want to put it. That's our North Star for now. We're still trying to. It's like she said, it's literally surreal. Like I told her, all we need is one. Like she said, once I play basketball, so I told her once I see one go through the net, we cash in one. We can keep it rolling, but it's truly just surreal, honestly. Like it's a blessing just to be in this opportunity. But 6 figures for now is on an annual basis would be my goal for us. And then
you guys are gonna be there in no time. I know you've seen some of the interviews we've done, but you guys are gonna be there, and I think we recognize when people are taking it seriously and the way you guys dove in the community and you're active, and you're gonna be there in no time.
And even just having a business mindset of knowing, like, okay, this is working with the marketing, so let me put more marketing dollars in. You know what I mean? That type of thing, and not letting one bad client or one person say, all right, I'm gonna stop the business or we can't move forward. I think those things are important for our students and people listening with any business as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and it definitely just having an entrepreneur mindset is, during COVID, I was on the front line. He was, working as well. We were like, we have to find a side hustle, something. So when I started selling bonnets, it was like 2021. And when I realized how much I was making from selling bonnets, I'm like, this is not that hard. You know, I mean, not even that hard. It's just like we do so much harder things that are 9 to 5.
Seriously.
And with starting a business, we make it so complicated. Like, oh, no one's gonna listen to me, or whatever the fear or hesitation may be. And it's just like it, you know, and we have the mindset where it's like we have security with our job, but it's not true. You know, the people are losing, right, especially in this economy. And it's just having a business, you have more security than having a 9 to 5 for sure.
I said that, I think I tweeted this a little while ago. I was like, 50 Cent got shot 9 times. You think he's scared of business?
Well, I don't even get shot to get scared. Let's be clear.
I'm just giving, that's an extreme example,
Yeah.
but I'm like, there's so much harder things. There's so much harder things to deal with in life than starting a business. So I'm happy that you guys, I say it all the time, you can't lose in this business unless you say I'm done. Like, if you keep going, how can you lose? Like, literally anything in life. How can you lose if you keep going? So you guys are killing it. And I wanted to go to Q&A if they got questions.
Yeah, you can go to Q&A.
Cool. If you guys got a couple minutes, let me just hop in the chat and see if there's any questions.
That we didn't touch on.
We got Corey. He was out here this weekend. Shout out to Corey, man. Dallas was so fun.
Dallas is a good time, people. I mean, ain't nothing compared to New York, but Dallas is a good time.
Ty said, I can't sleep tonight. I'm raising my budget ASAP. Corey said, I'm raising Google local services to $10,000 a week.
Okay.
I went in. This is inspiring. Thank you guys.
A lot of people saying
Crushing
congratulations.
it. Thank you guys. Oh, so I guess somebody did ask about contractors. So how do you cut? Do you do 60-40, 50-50? How do you run that side of it?
60-40.
60-40, yeah.
Okay. So
Based off of like our competitors, we noticed a lot of them were getting. That's what they were. The cleaners the contractors, that were reaching out to us. They were complaining like other companies. They were working for them previously, and we asked why did they migrate or why did they deviate, and they would say because of the pay. They that was one thing they weren't happy with. They were doing a lot, but the pay just wasn't adding up. So we figured alleviate poaching or try and minimize it as much as possible. Just trying to make sure our cleaners are as happy as possible and they feel worthy.
okay,
Right.
another question was, are you having issues finding insurance for the contractors? So I guess, are they coming insured? Are they okay with that?
So they're not coming insured. It's a mixture. We did have we had two that came and they were actually insured, but we asked contractors, even people that we interview that have insurance that don't work out with us, we asked them like if they don't mind what insurance do they have, because it's plenty of insurances out there. Like it's plenty of things out there. It's some that's cheaper than what we had. We thought we found the lowest, and we interviewed one cleaner. We didn't end up hiring her, but her insurance was so low we ended up jotting it down and just referring it to our other interviewees.
Okay, got it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in the chat, but it's a lot of encouragement, man. It looks like you guys people love what you guys are doing. So I would definitely say keep it up. And is there any way that they could support you? Any way they could help you guys out? We'd like to promote you guys. Are you selling bonnets right now? Is there a link that we could use or to get that out there for you or whatever it is?
Yeah. So as far as our business, I don't know.
If you know somebody in Vegas,
There you go.
Right?
Somebody in Vegas.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. madeforlasvegas.com. Your Instagram. We are in the process of making actual social media page for it.
Okay.
We didn't that was going to be like a niche, especially for the clientele that we thought we were going to get. We didn't think they would be in the social media realm, but at this point, it's like can't help. Can't help. Only help. Yeah. So.
Yeah. We will be in Vegas ourselves. I won't say in this platform when, but I can say off guard.
Nobody gonna find you.
Listen, I don't play about that. I do not play about that.
So we'll give you guys a solid message. But I know we're gonna have some people that's gonna watch this and they like, all right, well, work for them. Is there anything you could tell someone about Cleaning Business University that's on the fence right now? That's like, it worked for them. Can it work for me? Any parting words for them
or the community?
Yeah, I'll go first. And listen, guys, she's actually somebody that has like the business background. I'm not that at all. And for a while, I was waking up, listening to the morning meetup, trying to find my niche, trying to see what I could find. It's possible. Just stay out of your own way. My business background is the Business 101 at Nassau Community College. That's the
Nassau. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Right? That's the extent of my business background. So it's possible, guys. Just literally, if you put your mind to it and you believe in yourself, it's possible. Just go out there and do it. Stay out of your own way. Don't be the one that's in your own head, kind of limiting yourself. It's definitely possible. And it's definitely doable.
Yeah, and I would say the difference, just going from amazing natural hair and selling bonnets, that's actually what tipped off me with my entrepreneur. Like I said, I was making, decent amount of money, and some months I was making more than being a physician assistant, and having to work in cardiac units, and it was just like, okay, there's somebody out there who wants your business, your niche. Like, don't make it too complicated, and just believe in yourself. Just believe that it will work. There's somebody out there, especially with a service-based business. There's going to be more people than not. We were surprised how many people are booking move in and move out cleanings. Like, we didn't even know that was a thing, so and then once you get into the space, that's when all these other doors open. Like, now we're trying to get in touch with real estate agents, or like, there's so many developments around us. Like, let's just knock on, the office at the complexes and just reach out to the office manager. Do you need any cleaners? Just there's so many doors to be open, and then you can do other things, carpet cleaning, so many other things. Like, it just doesn't stop, especially with a service-based business.
Yeah,
you can't lose.
There it is.
There it
you
is.
Only
Thank
lose
you
when
so
you
much.
quit, man. Appreciate you guys. Last question is, what was the name of that insurance that you had mentioned?
We have Next Insurance, I think.
Next is a good one.
Yeah, I think
they'll be all right. They could use that.
Yeah, Next is a good.
If you guys remember, drop it in the community later on tonight or tomorrow. They'll be all right. Appreciate you guys, man. I know you said you were just started, but listen, you guys see what's possible. That's why we posted that story of the $1 million student, and as soon as that just launched this week, this month, and did 5K. So you guys see what's possible, man. And trust me, he literally said you only lose when you quit. So you guys got this. Keep going. I promise you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. You have a wonderful evening too.
I appreciate you guys. Good luck with everything.
All right.
We'll see you in the community.
Yes.
Yes. All right, guys. So before we wrap tonight, again, I appreciate you guys showing them love, showing them support. They absolutely killed it, man. And it shows you. We just want to show you what's possible. We show you.
That's it.
We literally show you the ranges only because we know we were there. We didn't have a business. We didn't know how to figure this out. We were just trying to figure this out together. And 5-6 years later, we hit $1 million. Students hit $1 million in half the time. They just hit 5K in their first month, and second month about to do 10K.
Yeah.
I just showed you the numbers. It took us 9 months to get there. It took us 9 months.
This for everyone that says it's not possible. So that's why we have different people, different couples, different people that we do testimonials with, just so you can see the possibilities out there.
And they are active in the community. That's another thing too. It's not just taking the information. You have to take the information, you have to apply, you have to come back and teach other people what you're doing. Like, that's literally what we do. That's literally what we preach. So if you guys want to tap into Cleaning Business University, you know where to find it, cleaningbusinessuniversity.com. I'll put the link here.
Also, make sure that you are subscribing and liking this video, or subscribing to our channel and liking this video, as well as we put tons of information about the cleaning business, entrepreneurship, business mindset on our YouTube. We have one of our students here, Quay. We've interviewed him. We've interviewed, I don't even know how many other students, like 4 or 5 other ones. We have tons on our Instagram.
We got at least 10.
Exactly, that we've interviewed, but we have way more testimonials than that. But thank you so much for tapping in. If you have any other questions, you know where to find us.
cleaningbusinessuniversity.com. We have the hard dogs. Like this video. If you guys don't know, we also have a podcast called More Than a Side Hustle, where we just talk about business, entrepreneurship, and just our life. Talk a little bit about the cleaning business, but we want to give you guys different perspectives on who we are and what we do. But we will see you next time. Peace. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Instagram. Peace.